We have to figure out who our prospective clients are. What type of personality style are they? And then we need to match that. Remember from the video M&Ms, right? We need to match that and make sure we present that way. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, Adrian Hernandez, and today we are talking about the 4 different personality styles. And if you don't know what they are, you're gonna learn them today. So make sure you grab a piece of paper and a pen. I want you guys taking notes. This is really important. If you are in sales, if you are doing anything that is where you're, public relations, where you're having to speak to other people, that you're having to relate with other people, you're having to sell other people, or you're having to coach other people, whatever it is that you do, you guys, this is really important to understand because everybody has a different personality. Okay. And what I've learned and what I've been exposed to and taught is that there are 4 major personality styles. Okay. And the first personality style, and as I explain these personality styles, I want you to think about somebody that fits this description. Okay. We want to start to categorize some people, and I'm going to ask you at the end to see who fit what. Okay. All right. So number 1 is your analyticals. So number 1 is analytical. That's the first personality style. An analytical is exactly that, right? They're an analytical by nature. They go by facts. They go by figures, right? They want to know what are the numbers. They want the details. They want the process. They want you to explain it in a word by word, this is what we're going to do from start to finish. That's an analytical. They're really numbers driven, right? Is there an analytical in your family? Maybe somebody personally? Maybe somebody intimately? Is it you? Do you maybe notice that you overanalyze things before you take action on them? Do you notice that you have to know all the numbers before making a decision? Here's the great thing is there's no right or wrong answer to these personality styles. You were born like this. This is the way that you are. We're not here to change them. We're here to acknowledge them so we know how to communicate and we know how to connect with other people. Okay, so if you're an analytical and you like facts and figures, and I'm a professional salesperson and I show up to your house with facts and figures, we're more than likely going to accomplish a sale. But if you're an analytical and I show up and I want to get right to the point and you want to talk about the details and I don't want to talk about the details, I'm probably not going to get the sale. So it's important that we understand these personality styles and actually use them. So we just went through analytical, and that's number 1. Number 2 is the infamous amiable. And an amiable is more like a soft-hearted human being. I want you to think of like maybe Mr. Rogers, right? That those of you that grew up in the 90s, right? Mr. Rogers. And, they're more soft-hearted. They care about what other people think, right? They're real conscious of the way that they look, their appearance, right? They're always wondering, what are people thinking about me, right? They're really emotion-based, right? They wear their emotions on their sleeve. They respond very emotionally. They're more of how things make you feel versus what you have to do, right? So is there an amiable you can think about? I know I'm an amiable by nature. By nature, I'm an amiable. I care about what you think, unfortunately, and I'm real subconscious of different insecurities, right, and emotions, and that's just because I was born an amiable. There's nothing wrong with that, right? If anything, it's a good thing if used in the right way. So number 2 is amiable, and number 3 is a driver. Now, a driver is right to the point, okay? Now, a driver, they more than likely wear black all the time, right? Black or blue are just solid colors. You really don't ever see them wearing anything colorful. They're right to the point. They don't want to know facts. They don't want to know figures. They don't want to know details. They don't want to know anything. Just get to the damn point, right? Give me the cliff notes is what I say, right? And so a driver is right to the point. Think of driver as like a military sergeant, right? Just right to the point. There's no fluff. There's no detail. A driver wants to get to the point. So if you're an analytical and you go to a driver with numbers and facts, you're going to drive them crazy and they are not going to hire you, right? So it's important that you understand what your client is. Is your client a driver? Is he an analytical? Is he an amiable, right? And then the last one is expressive. Now, expressive is exactly what it means. They're expressive, right? They're over the top. You know that they're there. They walk in the room. Hey, what's going on, everybody? They're loud, right? They're over the top. You can't get them to shut up. They're always talking, right? That's an expressive where they go into extreme detail about their stories and they can talk for on and on and on. You know any expressives? Maybe someone you know intimately? You know, I know a lot of expressives. Our assistant, our wonderful assistant, Andrea, she's an expressive, right? And it's important that we understand she's an expressive because there are times where we need her to understand, hey, now is not the time to be over talkative. Right now, I need to get to the point. And what I want you guys to understand is that there's a primary, which is your basic normal personality style, and that's the way you operate on a daily basis. And then you have a secondary personality style, and this is your personality under stress. So a lot of us, when we get under stress, our personality changes. You may be an analytical by nature, but you get very stressful, and now you become an amiable, and you're more worried about what people think, and you never take any action, right? Or if we were to take a look at this, under stress, for me, I turn into a driver. You see, I'm an amiable by nature, and I care about what you think. But under stress, get the hell out of my way. I don't even care who you are. I'm running you over. But that's under stress. Once I get out of the stress and I come back down to my normal self, I'm like, oh, that probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. I probably shouldn't have reacted that way. But that's because it was the driver in me, right? We all have two. So I want you to think about, which one are you? Are you an analytical? Are you an amiable? Are you a driver? Or are you an expressive? And then once you can identify who you are, then what we need to do is identify who our client is. So who is our client? Is our client an expressive? Is our client an amiable? Is he a driver? And what we need to do is match that. So if I know I'm going on a listing appointment and the person is an analytical by nature, guess what I'm taking? I'm taking numbers, I'm taking facts, I'm taking figures, I'm taking all the details. And when I get there, I'm using words like Mr. and Mrs. Seller. Tonight, we are gonna go through all the details. We're gonna go through every single number that you need to look at to make sure we make a decision by tonight, okay? I'm gonna go through all the process, I'm gonna go through all the procedures, we're gonna explain things from A to Z, and we're gonna make a decision. Is that fair with you? If you're talking to an analytical, they're like, dude, you are reading my mind. Yes, let's get started, right? So you want to be able to realize that. Or if it's a driver, I am not going with facts and figures. If I know it's a driver, I'm going there real basic. Right when I walk through the door, hey, Isaac, this is Adrian. Look, man, I know you're a busy guy. I don't want to waste any of it. Let's get right to the point. What do you want for your house? And boom, I'm getting a listing contract signed. I'm out of there in 30 minutes or less. This is important. We have to figure out who our prospective clients are. What type of personality style are they? And then we need to match that. Remember from the video M&Ms, right? We need to match that and make sure we present that way. Use the language that way. Appreciate you guys tuning in. You guys do me a favor. Tell a friend, tell a family member of this channel. Do it right now. Just shoot them a text or an IG or, quick little Twitter message. We appreciate you. Hit that subscribe button. See you guys real soon. Let's go.